Now, unlike me, who is arguably faultless, you may struggle when it comes to qualifying in F1 ranked. So we start from P16 on the grid in Brazil. It was a painfully poor qualifying. We start from P8 out of 11 cars. Despite being on my best track, it was an awful qualifying. We start P14. You may be one of those people that when the lights go out and you start your lap, you feel unbelievable pressure to perform over one lap. Maybe you, I don't know, have an early spin in the first sector. Obviously, this is just a recreation of what other people experience. I have never done this unintentionally. And early on in a qualifying lap, when you go for a spin, immediately you think, you know, the lap's over, there's no point finishing the lap. You're going to be at the back anyway. But my trick for qualifying at the front of the grid consistently, when my pace isn't there, is to crash. What's great is anyone spectating you at this stage will probably think you're just really bad. You know, they're laughing at you currently. You go for a spin, hit the wall, and oh no, you've retired from the session. That's unfortunate, you're going to start last. It may be looking pretty dire as you come to the end of the lap. You know, you're currently second from last. There's only one retirement below you. It looks like you're going to be qualifying P11 with no lap to your name. But because everyone else is so much worse than you, they're going to be invalidating their lap times. And as you come to the end of qualifying, you're going to be ending up at the top of the field with no lap. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. Moral of the story, if you're bad at qualifying, don't bother driving, just crash. Okay, so not taking my own advice, we're going to be starting P14 out of 15 at the Australian Grand Prix. 5 lights and lights out and away we go. Someone doesn't get off the line immediately. Straight up into P13 for us, and because it's Australia, we're going to be taking it incredibly cautious down towards turn number 1, braking incredibly early. We want everyone to hit each other out of the way, and we gain a few positions, not many. We're going to be up into P11, but we don't have any damage to our car. That's a successful turn 1. Our cautiousness is going to continue throughout the entirety of lap 1. We're behind Jar the La for P10. We're going to look to the outside, but we don't really go anywhere. We're going to stay behind him, and now we're under pressure from Frank behind us down towards the fast left-right chicane. Luckily there's no stupid moves, but there are 2 cars off in the gravel, and Jar the La gets offline for... Really? Well, that's really unfortunate. We're back down to P11, and we've spun. Fantastic. Admittedly, I got a bit distracted by the illegal overtake and caused a bit of chaos and spun myself around. But a lap later, we're making our... Where's that guy going? And coming to the end of lap number 2, we're on the back of Tortoise Shark for P10. So, oh no, for P9, someone else is off. This is going amazingly. It looks like we're going to be making P10, P9 very shortly as we're right on the back of Tortoise Shark. I think he tried to brake check me. I don't really know what happened there. He's side by side through turn number 1. Looks like it's going to be an easy move up the inside, but no, he's going to hold it on the outside. Can we get the straight line speed on him? It doesn't really look like it. We're about level as we head down towards turn number 3. Inside line once again. It really should be an easy move, but I'm really making this look difficult, and he's pushed me off wide. We're going to stay behind him for now. Turn number 2 of passing Tortoise Shark. Heading through the fast right. We run wide. DRS open, but it's not really going to matter. There's more chaos on the exit of the fast chicane. Up into P8 for us. I don't think we've actually made a legitimate overtake so far, but we find ourselves in P8 after starting P14, so it's going well. As we near the double DRS zone coming up, hopefully we can make our way past Tortoise Shark this time round. I'm much quicker than him. I don't really have the, you know, ability to pass him, it seems. DRS, ERS, slipstream, pulling to the left hand side. He's going to move across on us. Not too much to happen there. Side by side for turn number 1. We make contact once again, and he's once again defended us. Fair play, but I'm just not driving very well when it comes to trying to overtake this guy. Sorry if my commentary for this section is a bit, you know, shit. I'm genuinely looking back on this and just wondering, what the fuck are you doing, Connor? Round number 3 with Tortoise Shark, and I'm pretty sure the 3rd different position we're going to try and take from him. Coming through turn number 6, we get a good run. Hopefully, with this long straight. Never mind, we've run wide, hit the barrier. We don't pick up damage, but... Why can't I pass this guy? What was wrong with me? I'm genuinely baffled at what the hell was wrong with me. Coming through turns 9 and 10, we're going to stay behind Tortoise Shark once again on the exit. Never mind, he loses the back end, drifts off into my path, and I unfortunately hit him round. I don't really know what I could have done there. I didn't really have a choice, but at least we're past him. Thank God, I don't have to watch myself suffer. Well, at least not against Turtle Shark. We now find ourselves battling for P5 somehow. I'm not really too sure how this has happened. I think I've made, still actually, 0 legitimate overtakes. But to come on to lap number 5, we're battling for P5. P6 with 0 legitimate overtakes. How am I doing this? Okay, I've just gone back to check that I wasn't being stupid, and I wasn't. I've genuinely not overtaken a single person cleanly this race. We're a third into the race. Okay, here's hoping P5 will be our lucky number. Lap number 5, coming on to lap number 6 now, but maybe, just maybe, we can overtake Seba cleanly. Maybe we can overtake Reacher cleanly for P6 on lap number 6. It's a sign, right? Okay, this is it. We're hounding Reacher through turn number 5. He runs wide on the exit of turn number 5. We're going to look to the outside of turn number 6. Why the fuck are you doing that, Connor? He's obviously going to push you wide. Deservedly so. We still have not overtaken a single fucking person. Surely now we've got to get an overtake under our belt. He's basically braking through turns 9 and 10. Cuts turn 10. Surely down towards turn... Please. Please, through turn 11. We go on the outside of Reacher. Luckily, I think we passed him under green flags. We don't get an illegal overtake. And finally, we've overtaken a car. It's taken us 6 laps. But we move over to P6 with our first overtake of the race. And it will be our only overtake this lap because Jardala pulls into the pier. We almost... In fact, no, I think we are going to lose progress immediately. Is Reacher going to overtake us on the outside of turn number 1? We're going to defend the inside. Thank God, we've held on to position. Jesus Christ, that was painful. So after achieving our goal of 1 legitimate overtake on the first stint, we're going to pull into the pit at the end of lap number 7. We've actually managed to pull away from Reacher. So we're going to put the medium tyres on and let's see where we can finish this race. Coming out on the medium tyres, we're going to come out in P7, I think. Are we going to get out ahead of Jardala? I believe we are. Never mind, we're going to run wide at turn number 1 and we're down to second last. And given the struggles I've had with overtaking this race, I've got absolutely no optimism whatsoever. On lap number 9 now, and we find ourselves behind Ilyu. I imagine I've been behind this guy for about 16 laps by this point. I've just not shown you because it gets boring after a while. We're basically pushing him through the penultimate corner. Coming onto the pit straight, this should be an easy move for me. I've got plenty of ERS. I've got DRS, I've got Slipstream. He gets a better exit out of the final corner. I imagine I'm not going to be able to make this move. We're closing the gap towards turn number 1. Obviously, I'm not going to go for it. We've got a slow-moving car ahead of us. That's actually Seba. God forbid we make 2 legitimate overtakes in one move after just getting 1 overtake on 1 car in the first stint. But we're now battling for P5 down towards turn number 3. We're just kind of waiting to see what Ilyu does with Seba. Seba seems to be struggling despite being on the fresher tyres. And with the distraction of Seba, actually, I've just realised we once again failed to overtake Ilyu, but he does run wide at turn number 5. We do get the move, but he was off track, so technically it wasn't a real overtake. We're back up in the P6, now chasing down Seba. Could this be our second legitimate overtake of the race? We've got so much more speed than him, down towards turn number 9. We've overtaken him. 1 overtake per stint. We're up in the P5. I don't feel particularly successful right now. I feel embarrassed. And from that overtake, Seba was completely morally crushed about being overtaken by me because I was able to pull away from him. We're on the penultimate lap now. We've got a yellow flag ahead. Will this be another illegitimate overtake? Yes, it will. Up in the P4. We started P14. I overtook 2 cars. And I finished P4. I really hate myself right now. Ultimately, though, it was a waste of time because I spent most of my time running wide, corner cutting, and hitting other cars, so we only get 9 points for our rank tally. So yeah, it was a complete waste of time. I just embarrassed myself with absolutely no reward. deservedly so.